Alright, so this is the match for third in gi, and the guy that I had lost to was the same guy that beat me in no gi, so I'm just looking for a good tie here, looking for my judo grips on the lapel. I hit him with a Hari Surikomiyashi foot sweep, and the reason I sat down immediately, I didn't get swept, but I sat down for an ankle lock. I'm pretty good at ankle locks, but he grabbed the sleeve grip on the side that I needed my arm free about halfway through falling down. So now I'm just playing guard with him a little bit, kind of an open guard, single leg X sort of situation. So I sit out to butterfly, still got my lapel grip. I'm not super good in gi, so I like to own a lapel grip and hunt for chokes and then wait to advance position. This guy is good. He's a very skillful competitor. I was having a really hard time maintaining guard on him, and you see he got that sort of switch from Toriando pass. I still don't think that there are any points scored at this point. I didn't maintain my position for the trip for long enough to score. We kind of just get reset here because we're nearing the edge of the mat. The ref wanted to make sure we didn't fall off or get in the other competitor's way. Just talking for a second about what position we were in, what grips he had. I didn't think he had anything. I think he was chest to chest when they stopped it, but he said he could have those overhook grips, so that's fine. No biggie. So he's hunting for the lapel on the opposite side, and what I was trying to do here is I was trying to wrap that arm up and do a fat man roll, but as soon as I felt like I had his arm controlled, he stepped that foot over, which squashed that attempt. Sits up and tries to pull me back. So here I think is the first scoring opportunity, but he didn't have his hooks in. He had his ankles crossed across the side of my hip, and my hips were flat to the mat, but the ref gave him 4 points for a body triangle here in just a second. Yeah, there it is. So I was really confused about that. I even looked up at the ref questioningly. I wasn't really in any danger. He didn't have any grips that I was worried about. I just wanted to clear that. I knew he'd come to mount, so I pushed the knee and turned to my side to wrap up quarter guard. Kind of forget what happens here. So I'm in quarter guard, like trying to turn back into half guard. And he's staying really heavy on that knee. He does exactly what he's supposed to and steps over and gets the foot free. But when he stepped over, I kept my grip, so I was able to pick him up with that grip, and he couldn't move his leg to get the takedown. I think those are the only points I scored this match, actually. So I wanted to make sure, even though I wasn't in a great position, I wanted to make sure that I stood for the points because I knew he was ahead. And I stood a little bit too long with my base compromised, and he got that sweep, I guess. So I'm looking to go to Z-guard. Z-guard's kind of like my home base. I feel really comfortable there, but he was doing a really good job of squashing that top foot down to where I was having a hard time getting him back in front. He had really good pressure here. You see I'm trying to extend away a little to create some space. So here's another questionable scoring. I've got his sleeve grip, and I've got my shin across his bicep. So he gets points for the pass, but you'll see right here I've got both hooks in on his bicep. He doesn't have a position established, and I was looking to hunt for a triangle to take my left foot out and throw it over his leg there, and then at the same time slide that right foot out. I hit that triangle from bottom side a lot. I actually had that on the guy that beat me by points in the last match. So you see I instantly switched to De La Riva when he stands up. I tried for the belt grip, but swing and a miss, so I missed one of my favorite sweeps there. I should have gone foot on his hip here and hit the tomahawk sweep, but honestly I get a little blank-minded in tournaments, so the adrenaline kind of shuts me down a little. So he gets a pass there. He just kind of squashes guard down when I tried to invert. Here I hung out kind of stuck for a minute. You see he does a really slick hop across. So he's really, even with the questionable points, if we took those out, he's still dominating me on points here. So you see he's got north-south, but I have the inside line, which is ideal for me. It's going to be hard for him to control me here. So I start to try to do the penduluming escape, but I realize it's not working, so I thread the needle and come up to my knees. I'm pretty comfortable from turtle guard, turtle position, but I've never had somebody do this before to me. He fed his own lapel, so he didn't have much control. I was getting ready to do a front roll into him. He fed his own lapel and sat for a hell choke, though. I'm in a lot of trouble here. You see, I'm really trying to fight that off, but I realized that if I kept my right arm out, then the choke would be a little lighter. He squeezes real tight here, and I open my hand to tap, but then I got my head out and immediately sit for an ankle lock. Get the tap about 5 seconds before the match ended. You actually hear them call time on the video, so it was pretty intense. I felt his ankle pop a couple times. I tried to give him plenty of time, but when he turned hard and forced belly down, it immediately popped. So I felt badly. I asked him if he wanted me to get him some ice, but he said he felt okay. So come from behind, barely.